Hello everybody, this is Jackson Fulcher here, and today I'm going to be presenting to you my top 10 favorite movies of 2014, the movies that I really adored. But disclaimer, I did not see every movie that came out this year, so there are some things on here you might be thinking, oh, why did that get on? I think this was better. That's probably because I might not have seen that movie you think was better than this one. So, yeah. And there is one movie on here that is very high up, that you might be saying, oh wait, I don't think that movie should be on here at all. But we'll get to that in a moment. And speaking of movies that just didn't make the list, we have some honorable mentions, movies that just couldn't get on, but I really do love. Those movies are The Lego Movie, Bad Words, Enemy, Neighbors, Sin City, A Dame to Kill For, This Is Where I Leave You, Interstellar, Big Hero 6, and The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies. Movies that I really loved and really appreciated, but just didn't make the list. But let's begin with number 10. And number 10 is a movie I saw very recently. It was either this or Exodus, Gods and Kings, and I chose this, and it was worth it. The Theory of Everything. Not only did this movie tell the great tale of Stephen Hawking and Jane Hawking very well, but Eddie Redmayne, the guy who plays Stephen Hawking, did a fantastic job doing it. I mean, where else could you see a guy portray Stephen Hawking so well? Probably only in cartoons, because they did in Family Guy, but who cares about that? We're talking about the Theory of Everything movie. And the woman who plays Jane Hawking also did a fantastic job. Felicity Jones, these people did so well in their roles, and honestly carried the movie a lot, because this movie is kind of unwatchable unless they're in it. And yes, I really do not want to see this movie again, because I think the next time I see it, I might cry. So that is actually a big plus if I don't want to see it again. At number 9 is a movie I wish more people saw. There's one other movie on this list who I think people should have seen, but who cares? This movie is starring a guy that you wouldn't expect to be a great actor, but he is. Keanu Reeves in John Wick. John Wick is just a fantastic action movie, and one of the best action movies I've seen in a long time, and is led terrifically by Keanu Reeves. And this plot really is kind of ridiculous if you do think about it. It's a guy that goes after this guy because he kills his dog that was a last gift of his dying wife. It's a bit crazy, but it works all the way, and it makes for one great action movie. And Keanu Reeves, man, make more action movies like this. You are awesome. Number 8 is the other movie that I wish more people saw. This movie got more money than John Wick, but overall had a bigger budget and didn't get that back. This is Edge of Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow is honestly one of the most original movies I've ever seen, and which is odd since this is based off a manga. Oh well. This movie just feels so awesome. The action scenes are so cool, and the CGI for these creatures called mimics are great as well. And you might be saying, oh, I didn't see that because Tom Cruise was the hero and it was all about the Tom Cruise show. Actually, no. Tom Cruise was a coward at first. He even tried to run away from battle. That is not the Tom Cruise we know. The Tom Cruise we know is an expert at everything until something happens. He's got to get used to this thing. He is just a coward straight off in the beginning. And Emily Blunt actually is the bigger action hero than him at first. And that is why I really love this movie. Because it's something different, something new, and I want to see more movies like this. Unfortunately, they don't do too well at the box office, though. Probably because they open with young adult book movies. Like The Fault in Our Stars. You will pay for this, The Fault in Our Stars. At number 7 is the first and not last Marvel movie on this list, and a movie that made me care so much for a character I didn't give a crap about, and still kinda don't when it comes to going up against Batman vs. Superman. But who cares? Captain America, the Winter Soldier. This movie was just so good and everything a Marvel movie should have been. Sure, Iron Man 3 and Thor the Dark World were pretty good, but Captain America the Winter Soldier puts those movies to rest at how a good Marvel movie should be. And honestly, it's my favorite solo Marvel movie now. And that title used to belong to the first Iron Man movie, but now it's Captain America the Winter Soldier. Because it makes me care about Captain America. It has great action, great drama, and some great laughs too, and a really awesome villain called the Winter Soldier. Where else can you get an awesome Marvel movie like that? First Iron Man. Rest villains are kinda meh. At number 6 is a movie directed by a man who I had not seen any films of him. except for Alien 3, but he doesn't even regard that as his own movie, so technically, this was the first movie I saw of his career, and oh my god, I need to see more. David Fincher's Gone Girl. This movie was so unexpected because I thought it was going to go one way. It takes the rug right out from under you, and it just ends up being one heck of a ride. I'm glad it didn't turn out the way I thought it was going to be because honestly, it would have been such a terrible movie. And this movie just has a great story led by a great cast, including Ben Affleck. I cannot wait to see his Batman and Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. And a total Oscar-worthy actress known as Rosamund Pike. She needs to get nominated because she was awesome in this movie. And Tyler Perry did a good job. Where else can you get a movie where Tyler Perry is good? Where? Nowhere, because he does Medea movies. Poor Tyler Perry. At number 5 is a movie that I waited to see for my birthday, and that was 9 days after its initial release. So I waited 9 days building up that hype for my birthday to come so I could go see this movie, and it was really worth it. And it was Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. This movie just felt so right. It's everything a movie should be. It's got great drama mixed in with great emotional characters. And that's saying a lot because the main cast is apes. The human cast was also really great. Even though they were kind of thrown in there the first scene, I don't care. They were still great. And the apes, great characters. And a great lead by Andy Serkis as Caesar, and a great villain played by Toby Kebbell as Koba. None of the humans are bad. They're just in a really crappy situation where they need to conserve power. They just need to stay away. But unfortunately, because of what some people have done, the apes are coming for them. And it's just so well done. Matt Reeves does a fantastic job in this movie, and I hope he comes back for Planet of the Apes 3. And I'm up for it. I am ready. At number 4 is the movie I was talking about earlier, where you might be surprised it's up so high. And you might be thinking, oh, I didn't like that movie. It had not that much of the thing I wanted in it. Why is it up here? I still really enjoyed Godzilla. And I know Godzilla isn't in it that much. That is one of my complaints. I want to see more Godzilla. But I still really dug this movie. Godzilla not only looks amazing and looks awesome fighting these two monsters that are also in the movie, but it is also a great story. And yeah, there are 2 other monsters called Mutos. I liked them. I mean, I didn't like that they were the majority of a Godzilla movie, but I still liked them. The human cast I also really liked. I liked Bryan Cranston, even though he wasn't in the movie that much, and people complained about Aaron Taylor Johnson. I really liked the guy. I thought he was a good lead actor. And I actually did care what happened to his family, unlike some movies that came out this year where I didn't care about their family. That's a nod to a movie with 3 Days to Kill. That's actually the title, 3 Days to Kill. It might be on the worst list. It might be a dishonorable mention. Who knows? Getting off topic. The main point is that Godzilla is awesome, and I still really love this movie. At number 3 is a movie that is very different from all the others on this list, but I still really love The Grand Budapest Hotel. This movie is directed by Wes Anderson, and the only other movie I've seen of his is Moonrise Kingdom. And I really love that movie, but this one is completely different from that, starting off with the R rating. And it is much better than Moonrise Kingdom, my friends. This movie just feels so right. This feels like everything a movie should be. It's got a great cast, it's got a great comedic sense, it's got a great story, and I loved it. It's hooked on the movie's premise since it began, and I loved this movie. And I honestly watched it again a couple days ago, and I can clarify that it does not get old. It just gets better and better. I really love this movie. And yes, this camera editing and style is very different, and that's what makes it such a better movie also. I really love The Grand Budapest Hotel. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It's awesome. At number 2 is the second Marvel movie on this list, and a movie that honestly could have been really terrible. But the director knows his stuff when it comes to this franchise. X-Men: Days of Future Past. I really love this movie because it could have been so bad. Because Bryan Singer directed Superman Returns and Jack the Giant Slayer. Those 2 movies, so X-Men Days of Future Past could have been really bad. It wasn't. It was a great X-Men movie, and almost my favorite. It's tied with the first two X-Men movies, which he also directed. This movie just feels so great as a summer movie, and I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. It is a cliche to say at this point. The cast is so great as usual. Everyone is awesome, and it is just so good to see the X-Men be good again. Yeah, it's awesome. Go see it if you haven't already, because it's amazing. And they also handle time travel really well. I really, really, really love this movie. But there's one other movie that I might love even more than this. Alright guys, this is it. The #1 movie of the year for me. This movie was such a big surprise. I honestly did not expect to love it as much as I did, but I do. And that is Guardians of the Galaxy. This movie is a fantastic summer film and a fantastic Marvel movie, and almost as better than the Avengers in my opinion. Since the first scene happened, I wanted to cry. Then the second scene happened, I wanted to laugh, and I did both those things. The director, James Gunn, handles the movie's tone so well. Drama, comedy, action, all great, and the actors did a fine job. If you told me that a movie headlining Chris Pratt as the superhero and a talking raccoon and a talking giant tree was gonna be great and the highest grossing movie of the year, I would have told you you were crazy. Not anymore, because I've seen it, and it's awesome. Guardians of the Galaxy is a fantastic movie, a great space adventure, and I dug the heck out of this movie, and that is why it is my favorite film of 2014. So that is my list of my top 10 favorite 2014 films. Now I want to know, what's your favorite movie of 2014? Leave it in the comments below, and I will be back very soon to present you my top 10 worst films of 2014. Completely different video. And I realized I have a playlist of list videos, but the only two are on there are the top 10 best and worst of 2013. I need to make more list videos, so leave some suggestions in the comments below, please. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'm Jackson Fulcher. See you guys next time.